Seriously? Is that good? All right. This is the most common question I get, and I'm gonna answer it. So as you guys know, Geography Now is coming to a close with the country episodes. Keyword, country episodes. And as some of my OG subscribers know, years ago I made a video explaining which countries I would do in Geography Now and what order. I said that I would go alphabetically down the list of full sovereign member states of the UN, 193 of them, and since then it's been quite a wild ride. I started filming in a living room that I was actually sleeping in with roommates in an Armenian lady's back house that we were renting out. And since then, Geography Now has become YouTube's first and largest channel covering full informational profiles on every country in the world. It's opened up so many cool opportunities for me and my friends on the show, and it's been a really crazy wild ride for almost a decade of my life. But why did I even start Geography Now? So there's a lot of reasons, but a lot of them actually stem from personal reasons for me. I grew up in a very diverse neighborhood in Chicago, and the kids in my school, a lot of them came from various different backgrounds, and a lot of them were bilingual. I would hear kids speaking like Polish or Urdu or Greek or Russian, or I'm half Korean. I was surrounded by the Korean language. So growing up, I would see these kids and I'm like, why are you different from me? What is that language you're speaking? Where are you from? Why are you like that? And then later, as I got older, I realized they are from a family that comes from a faraway place. And then that made me realize there's a lot of places in this world with a lot of different people. And it got me really curious. Why are these people different from me? And what is the place that your people are from? So I guess that is kind of what sparked the whole interest in the social dynamics of the people around me and the world. And that was around, I'd say, age 9. And second, I'm a heavy visual learner. I can't learn things audibly or being spoken to me. I'm really bad at reading instructions. I have to see pictures or demonstrations in order to learn. Fun fact, in 4th grade in school, I was put in the slow reading class. I thought I was special because I got to leave class like in the middle of the day to go to that mysterious trailer building outside of the school. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna see what's inside. And then when I went in the trailer, it's like all the kids around me were kind of slow. And I was like, oh, I think I'm one of them. I was bad at reading. Also, I had a speech impediment and they put me in speech correction therapy classes. I was a messed up kid, seriously. But later on in life, I realized I wasn't stupid. I was just really bored and I wasn't learning anything that I was really interested in. They made us read these like stupid books in English class that I just wasn't in. I never read any of the required reading, by the way. I just BS'd all the tests and passed with a C-. But the one thing I was obsessed with, I could look at for hours, was an atlas. Because I heard these kids say, oh, I'm from Poland. And I'm like, oh, what's Poland? Where's Poland? Oh, Poland is on a map. Oh, my family's from Pakistan. What's Pakistan? Oh, I would look at a map. That's where your family's from, but I'm all the way here in Chicago, but they're all the way, that's where, and I realized this world is big. There's so much going on outside of this little bubble of where I live. And I was really curious about it. But you know, having that as a passion as a kid, there isn't really like a direct trajectory career path you could pursue. It's like, okay, I like learning about the world. What can I do? Like, be a diplomat, but like I don't want to just focus on one country. I want to learn about the whole world. Like, what job is there that can talk about the whole world? So fast forward, I get a little older and I moved to Los Angeles. I'm not an actor, I'm not a musician, but I did want to be a travel show host. And I remember I wanted to be on the show Globe Trekker. It's on PBS. It's this show. Bradley Cooper was actually on that show too. It's where these hosts just travel around the world and they talk about the country that they're going to in their area, and they meet the people and the locals and they eat the food and they show it was so cool. Like I wanted to be a travel show host on Globe Trekker. I wanted to be one of the cast members of that show, and I was obsessed with that show. I would go to the library and I would rent the DVDs back when DVDs were a thing, and I would just watch every single country episode I could find, and I was obsessed with it, and I'm like, I want to be on this show. So one day I mustered up the courage to film myself, and I sent in an audition video to Globe Trekker. And I never heard back. I don't even know if they saw the video. Maybe they saw it, they didn't like it. Maybe they didn't see it because there's just too many submissions. I don't know. I never heard back from Globe Trekker though. And when I didn't hear back from Globe Trekker, I was like, okay, well maybe not Globe Trekker, but maybe I could apply to be a travel show host on any other network or something else. And so I took hosting classes and I would send in my demo reels and I would try to audition, and I kept trying to sell myself out to these networks and everything. And you know, all that auditioning was just so exhausting. And in the end, just nobody wanted me. And that was very degrading to my ego, and I was You know, like, and then around that time, YouTube was starting to really kick off. All I knew is that I loved learning about the world, I loved meeting people around the world, and I loved traveling. I wanted to do all of that somehow in my life. And YouTube was usually a good source to go to if you wanted to learn things. So I would go to YouTube, but I realized there was no channel on YouTube that did geography. There were channels that were like, oh, 10 fun facts about Brazil, or like, oh, it was like a person traveling, and like, oh, look at me, I'm on a beach in the Bahamas having fun. It's like, that was the geography, you know, resource at the time. Like, nobody did a geography educational channel. So I was like, fine, I'll do it. But I had it in my head. I knew exactly how I wanted to do the show. I didn't want to make it like a cheesy 240p webcam show in my bedroom. Like, no, I wanted to make it a full-length, semi-good-ish show with animations, because I love animations, I love motion graphics. That's how I learn. I'm a visual learner. So I spent about 3 months learning how to do motion graphics from my friend Jason. He taught me. And I did the animations for like the first 6 or 7 episodes, and motion graphics are really difficult. I can't imagine how people actually like doing that stuff. And then eventually I met more people to help me out on the show, and I started incorporating more of the subscribers in the show, and it started to grow. It was crazy. Fun fact, originally I wanted Geography Now to be called The Geography Show, but someone already took that name. So I figured I still want geography to be in the name, but maybe I should make it a little shorter. Something that's easy to remember. Geography, hey! Geography, hi! Geography, now! Yes, that's it. Fun fact, I created the intro theme song. It's time to learn geography now! And that really is me screaming in the end, the now! But the outro, Bill actually made that song, and he made it up in like 5 minutes. Like, he's a genius. He just started whistling, clapping, and playing the ukulele, and that's it. Bill needs more recognition, man. He's a really cool guy. In every episode, I still credit him as the theme song creator. So then, yeah, Geography Now started to kick off, and it was doing really good. And I have so many ideas of things I want to do, but I can't really pursue any immediate long-term endeavors until I finish the last episode, Zimbabwe. It's kind of like the golden handcuffs. When I first started Geography Now, I thought it was all going to end in like maybe 4 years. I'm like, oh yeah, I just did like quick little 7 to 8 minute videos. But then like the show started getting longer and more complicated. Then my subscribers asked for more segments, like, oh, why don't you talk about the sports? Why don't you talk about the music? Why don't you talk about the food? And so the episodes started getting longer and longer because you guys wanted more and more stuff in the videos, and I gave it to you, and now people are complaining that they're too long. It's like, whatever, I'm just gonna do what I want now. I can never win on the internet, so whatever. So now that we are getting closer to the end, what am I gonna do after I finish the Zimbabwe episode? Okay, now you guys are, here's the juicy stuff, all right. Let me put down the Geography Now mug, which, by the way, you can get at geographynow.com. By the way, fun fact, this was the very first Geography Now shirt. It's discontinued. If any of you guys actually have this shirt, you're a real OG. Oh my goodness. We stopped selling these a long time ago. So here's the deal. For about a decade of my life, I've been in a studio talking about the world. Now I think it's about time that I go out and see it. And I go out and meet you guys, and I go out and find out what the world really is. I don't want to talk about it. I want to see it. I'm a visual learner. I want to see things. And I mean, I know occasionally I get to travel on the show and do projects like Geography Go, but in my opinion, not enough. And remember, I wanted to be a travel show host, not a in-studio correspondent host. I mean, a lot of times people ask me, Barbs, what's your favorite video you've ever done on the show? And I always tell them the heritage trip. When I went with my mom to the countries of our supposed heritage after my dad passed away. Even though it didn't get a lot of views, that will always be my favorite video I've ever made. And stuff like that is what I absolutely love doing on the channel. Going out somewhere, exploring it, and showing you guys. And so that's kind of what I want to do. In a way, I kind of want to make my own Globe Trekker. If I couldn't be on Globe Trekker, I may as well do my own Globe Trekker. There's like a weird pattern in my life. Nobody wants me, and so I just do my own thing, and I do it better than the people that didn't want me. Earlier this year, I went to Ukraine, and I did the little mini documentary video. That was actually one of the most fun things I've ever done on the channel. And the video did really well. And I really want to do more stuff like that. I want to go out and document everything, but with a story, with a synopsis, with a plan, with a set goal. I don't want to do a travel vlog. I don't want to be like, hey, here I am, look at this castle, I'm having fun, blah, blah, blah. No, I need a reason, a purpose, a story, and cover new ground that people haven't really seen or heard before. I don't want to show you guys something you can already research on Wikipedia. I want to show you stuff you've never heard of, you've never seen of, you can't research, you've never discovered before. Stuff I've never discovered before. That's what I want to do. I want to find new things and share them with you guys. That's the direction I want to take Geography Now in, mostly after the Zimbabwe episode. The channel is not going to die. I'm going to keep the channel alive. It's not the end of Geography Now. It's just I want to do things a little differently. And another question I always get, are you going to cover the 4 observer states of the UN that are not fully recognized? Kosovo, Taiwan, Palestine, and Vatican City. Well, I do want to do some kind of content pertaining to those 4 observer states, but not in a studio. I'd rather see it for myself. I'm a visual learner. Again, I want to see things. I want to document what I see and I want to share it. So if I do anything for those 4 observer states, it would have to be in person, not in a studio just talking about it. I have no plans for that yet, but if any of you guys are from those areas, it would be really hard to find somebody from Vatican City. I mean, I'm sure maybe one of the priests over there or nuns watches Geography Now, maybe. Aside from the travel documentary stuff though, I do have some other things I want to do. I think you guys would like it, but it's a secret, but I have this really cool idea for a new series I want to start. But you'll have to wait for that. It's going to be really cool. One other project I want to work on, it's a little bit on a personal note, but I've never had time to do this because I've always been busy with Geography Now. I kind of want to find my biological grandfather on my mom's side. It actually shouldn't be that hard. We actually have some information on him, but it never really happened. I talked to my mom and she said she thinks she's ready now. She's ready to finally find out who her biological father is. And if he's passed away, whoever his family is, maybe we can meet them. I don't know. That's one thing we want to do. There's a lot of other smaller endeavors I want to do. I've been meaning to write a book for a long time, but I never had time for it because of Geography Now. And finally, I have auditioned to be on The Amazing Race, but I stopped sending in audition videos because I'm too busy with Geography Now, and I don't think it would be right for me to be on the show before I finish the Zimbabwe episode. I want to get all the country episodes done before I even audition to be on the video, and I might not even get on the show. I might not even get accepted, but I'm still going to keep trying to audition to be on that show because I love that show, and even if I never get on it, I'll still keep watching it and I'll still keep loving it. So yeah, those are just kind of the potential tentative endeavors I have post Zimbabwe Geography Now. Just wanted to share it with you guys, and long story short, the channel is going to keep going. It's just going to be a little different. Maybe you guys will like it. Maybe you guys will hate it, but I'm just gonna do what I want and have fun with it, and you guys are always welcome to come along for the ride. You know, what's that saying? You know, reinvent yourself or retire. I'm not ready to retire, so I gotta reinvent myself. I gotta figure things out. Who knows? I could fail miserably and, lose everything, but at least I had this one time in history where I was the geography guy on YouTube. Now there's like a bunch of other geography channels and they're like doing better than me, but whatever. I had fun. I'm gonna lose everything. No, I'm not. Or am I? Well, at least I can enjoy the fact that I have merch at geographynow.com that you can get. Well, I don't really know how to end this. I just want to say, guys, thank you so much for following Geography Now for all these years and having fun with us, learning about the world. And huge thank you to all of you guys that have helped me learn about your countries. Because seriously, the channel, over half of the information I get comes from my subscribers. That's my biggest resource. Like when I'm learning about a country, I don't go to Wikipedia first. I message my subscribers and they message me, and then we talk back and forth, and then I go and meet them in person, or I talk to them, or I have them on the show. Like that's the best way to learn about a country. So thank you guys, my subscribers, for being a part of the show and helping out constantly. The show is good because you guys kind of help make it. Seriously. Bravo to you. Cheers to you guys, the subscribers. I would say I love you guys, but I don't know you guys. I don't know most of you. I only know like a small fraction that I've actually met in person. And love is such a weird, strong word. Like, I don't know, I'm part Asian. We don't really say that word. It's kind of like cringy. Ugh, I love you. Ugh. Don't, just show that you love somebody. Don't say it. Yeah. That's just me and my Korean culture. I don't know. I'm going off on a stupid tangent that has nothing to do with anything. In any case, yeah, really appreciate you guys. And cheers. And yeah, I guess I'll just close this out with what I always say. Stay cool, stay tuned. That was intense.